All right, man. You know what it is, man. 2 cents to change the podcast, man. Episode 40, episode 42. It is your boy, C.O. McLean.
It's your boy Melly Mel, the golden one.
Yes, shout out to my girl Reek, man, for the hoodie, the educated hoodlums hoodie.
Oh yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
tough.
saying?
That's tough. That's
Educated
tough. I,
hoodlums.
I like that. I like that. And the hoodlums, it look like it's like a carpet, like.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, I need one of those, man.
Yeah, educated hoodlums, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I need one. It look tough. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got the little QR code on it, all that, so you can scan that and go to the website and all that. Yeah. Shout out my girl
Oh
Reek,
yeah, yeah. I like that. I
educated
like that. Yeah,
hoodlums.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out.
We get
And
we get
oh yeah, hey, before we get underway too, I wanted
mhm.
to show rest in peace to a little bit. This is the
Yes, rest in peace to my my tenured babysitter when I was your babysitter as well when we
I
was
mean,
little kids.
she's like our aunt, man.
Yeah, man.
Like
Yeah, more
she,
than a sitter. Yeah, more than a sitter. More,
and this is the little card. I wanted to say rest in peace to her. She looked very good. They
hmm
did her well. The service as well. And little bit for now, I'm putting you inside of my father Bruce, our father, his Quran.
Okay. Yes, man.
For
Rest
for,
in
for
peace,
right
little
now.
bit.
This Quran, I sits on my desk, man.
Mm,
This was at, you know, Pop's bedside. So
mm,
his actual Quran with his little notes and all of that. See,
mm.
hand notes and all of that stuff. So yeah, man. It was a good service. It was, oh yeah, funny thing, I want to take a picture. There was a picture of you and her when you was a baby. You look just
Yeah,
like a
mom
Leia
was
in the
telling
pic.
me.
You look just like a Leia, or Leia looked just like you and you was on the bed right next to her.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yo,
Uh-huh.
look at Antoine.
That's crazy. Yeah, Mom
Yeah.
Dukes was telling me about that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, who
Yeah.
picked out those pictures? You
The
know?
pictures on Nita and on Joyce was in majority of the pictures were.
Oh, yeah, Mom was telling me she was like, she's like, I wasn't in none of the pictures.
Nah, she wasn't. And Helen was in one picture.
Oh, Hella was in one? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But my father, well, he wasn't in it. Um, Nobody was in it. Uncle
Mm-hmm.
Donnell was in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think. On Joyce and Anita was in most of the pictures.
Mm.
I mean, it was other pictures with other people, but
Right.
you even made it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was Zoe and Derek was in a couple. Rest in peace to Derek too.
Yeah.
They
Oh, he
was in
was
the
in
they
there
was
too?
as babies. All of y'all were babies. Like
Oh,
different pictures
wow.
though. Different
Uh-huh.
pictures. But it was two of them with Zoe and Derek.
Okay. Oh,
And you
that's
was in
crazy.
yeah, you was in one. Yeah, it was a beautiful service though, but I wanted to just shed light on that before we got
Mhm.
the episode underway. Rest in peace,
Absolutely,
man.
man. Rest in peace to Little Bit, man. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, for sure. But yeah, man. Episode 42, man.
Yes.
We gotta start off with the NFL, man. We
Oh.
gotta start it off. Shout out to my our boy Mouse. What my dude, also a supporter. He copped the shirt.
hmm
Um, he's a big Denver Broncos fan. Yo, I'm so mad for Broncos fans, man. Yeah, that was my pick to go. I was talking to him yesterday.
Yeah, I
That
was
was my
looking.
pick, but
hmm
yo, without Knicks, I don't see that happening, man. I don't gotta keep it a stack, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
even if they come and miraculously beat the Patriots, they're not beating the Seahawks and the boys from NFC without Knicks.
nah, nah. I was just saying, I was looking at it too. They said that their next quarterback hasn't played in like 2 years, like a meaningful NFL game in 2 years. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's
Ah,
crazy.
man. And it was that last play he hurt his ankle on Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, that's crazy, man. Even with that game was the controversial call with Cooks. And
Yeah, talk about that.
I
How you feel about those pass interference calls?
I re-looked. No, but they called that an interception.
Oh,
When
talking about the interception. So
yeah.
it was the interception and the pass interference calls. So go ahead. Go
Yeah,
dive into it. Go
I
ahead.
know the interception was way more meaningful because if he would have caught that, it would have put Bills in field goal range and they would have been able to win that game. So that ultimately, you know, regardless, it was other things that went on in the game too, but that was a key play that caused them the victory. And then, which made it even worse, was with the Chicago, what was it, the Bears and what was the other team that just played? The
The Rams.
Rams. Yeah. When they had that call, same exact call. And I re-looked, I looked at it again, like in
Yeah.
slow-mo, everything. That was a bad call by the refs. Cooks
Okay.
caught the
It was
ball,
a bad call in which game?
the Bills and
The Bills
Broncos
game.
game.
Okay. Okay.
It was a bad call. They missed that call. Refs missed that call. Cooks actually caught the ball because there was discrepancies about him not having full possession during the catch.
Uh-huh.
No, he had the ball. He had the ball through full possession, full on the ground. His knee hit the ground, and the Denver defender was touching him. So he's as soon as that knee touches the ground, he is down by contact. It wasn't until he rolled over until he snatched the ball out of his hand and they called that an interception. Oh, that is disheartening for Bills fans. And then on the very next game, not the very next game, but it
That's
was
what you
another
mean.
play exactly like it with the Bears and the Rams, which was called in the Rams' favor. Same thing. Caught the ball. He went down one knee, receiver touching him. That's down by contact. The guy ripped the ball out of his hand while he's already down, and they try to say that was a fumble. Like, yo, in pivotal games like that, because Peyton was upset because they was like they took too short of a time to review the play. Like, if you're gonna, that's a game decision deciding play. You gotta get it right. You got all this technology to get it right. Like, you got to get that play right, man. That's disheartening for Bills fans. That was a game I felt in my 2 cents that the ref got that wrong. And ultimately it cost them, what you call it was up there crying and all of that, man.
Josh
Um,
Allen.
yeah, it was crying. It was like, y'all let my team down. But yo, refs, you gotta be pivotal games like that. You gotta, oh man, that's tough. That was tough to watch. That was tough to watch.
But but even what about the pass interference calls?
I mean the pass interference calls, those for me, watching the game and looking it over, is like it's inconsistencies with these calls, right? I like me watching them, I don't know what is a pass interference from what isn't a pass, from what isn't. Like, if the receiver, to my thing and my knowledge and my 2 cents in watching football, a pass interference is if the DB is on the receiver and the receiver is looking back and you prohibit the receiver from catching the ball. If you're holding his arm, pulling his jersey, if you too aggressive on him, where anywhere where it restricts the receiver from catching the ball, that's automatic pass interference. But they don't call it
Yeah.
all the time because I done seen a play and they I forget what game it was. I done seen DBs go and tackle the receiver even before the ball gets there, and sometimes
Hmm.
they don't even call it. So
Hmm.
I don't know what is a pass interference call now. What these refs looking at in terms of pass interference, I thought is if you restrict the receiver from catching the ball because you're supposed to, like, as a DB, you looking at the receiver, and as soon as the receiver, like great receivers, will go and see the ball coming, they won't make
Yeah.
any notion that the ball is there to kind of throw the DB off, right? So they kind of look at the last moment and catch the ball, right? Then some receivers will go and be looking all the way, and the DB is kind of like doing all this, grabbing and trying to stop the guy from the receiver from catching the ball. So I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
It's tricky, man. It's tricky. Just like that interception call.
So you're not getting on Josh Allen for losing.
Nah. He did his thing, man. He did his part. You rather, like, just like with any
Even
sport,
with
man.
all the turnovers he had and all of that.
Even with that, I mean, that ultimately was one of, like, some of the deciding factors that caused him to lose the game, but he didn't lose in the game. It came down to that one because if Cooks catch that ball and they don't call that interception, they kick the field goal. and win the game. Well, we don't know. He could have missed the field goal, whoever, but that would have put him in position to win the game. So
See
I
why?
can't
See
blame
why?
Josh Allen. I
See
can't.
why I'm not. The reason why I don't respect it is because that energy's not the same. Because it was
What up,
good,
Tommy?
Tommy. The last, the last 3 years, Lamar, it wasn't his fault, and you when people jumping on him,
I didn't
like it
jump on
wasn't.
Lamar from this. I'm just
Yo,
saying, as a
Zay,
whole,
I'm not. The energy's not the same. Zay Flowers fumbles at the goal line against the Chiefs in the championship. Mark Andrews don't catch a pass, and then yeah, Tommy want to join in, bro.
yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Tommy, hit the link.
and what you call it? Then this dude misses a field goal, so they don't make the playoffs. It's like I'm just saying the energy just got to be consistent, man. That's my take. The
I
energy
think
got to
the
be
energy.
consistent.
I think the energy is consistent. I only said with Lamar and the Ravens that he has to get it, that he has to get there. Like it's a failure if he don't get there. Was it his fault that he didn't get there? No. But all the pressure was on the Ravens and Lamar to at least get there. That was the whole thing with Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson was getting there. It wasn't because he didn't do his job. He did his job. But again, those three things happened and he wasn't able to get there. So with Josh Allen, can't blame Josh Allen. It came down to that one play that ultimately decided the game. Hold on. Let me get Tommy up in there. Yeah, that
yeah,
ultimately decided the game. So I can't blame Josh Allen for that. Because, again, like if it was something where it was a costly mistake that cost him the actual game, then yeah, you
yeah.
blame Josh Allen if it cost him the actual game. But on that play, he had no say so in that call. So what you got
I
to say
feel
about that,
Drex.
Tommy?
All right. I got some thoughts. They're contradictory, but um so I think
Salute,
with the
Drex.
NFL, I think with the NFL specifically, we've looked at it a little too much. NFL is a big game. You only have one side of the ball. Like the quarterbacks play one side of the ball. I think we look at it sometimes a little like two like quarterback versus quarterback one on one. With that being said, Josh Allen lost them that game. I think sometimes we get a little, like I said, it's a team game and everything. I think sometimes we're a little harsh on guys that lose, and we hype up some guys that win a little too much. But with that being said, Josh Allen lost them that game. That game
And why you say that?
specifically, 4 turnovers. You can't turn the ball over 4 times. He didn't play good. He missed multiple throws in overtime, fourth quarter.
Talk about it. That's how I'm saying.
I
That's how I was letting him talk about the Josh Allen shit. And I'm saying I don't hear
listen.
him blaming him once.
Listen, just like it's fair to blame guys when if you play bad, you lose, it's whatever. Like when the 13-second game when Mahomes came back versus the Bills and in 13 seconds whatever, that was you can't blame Josh Allen for that one. He had the lead with 13 seconds left, never got the ball. Something
Mm.
like that is like, all right, whatever. They both played great. But 4 turnovers. He fumbled right before half when the Bills had no timeouts. There
Yeah.
was 2 seconds left, and he wasn't close to getting out of bounds. They weren't in field goal range anyway. So
That Drex, you
all
gotta
you
take
could
that shit on the
do,
chin.
all you could do is go down. Fumbled the ball. Broncos get 3 points. That's 3 points. Points in the playoffs are hard to come by, especially versus a defense like that. Throwing another interception, fumbling a couple of times. I think they got one back. He fumbled 3 times. They got one back. So he
Mm.
lost two of them. I think that
Come
he
on,
it
man.
was it was his opportunity because they kept losing to the Chiefs. And I think he blew it. I think that's why you saw that reaction from him and his teammates where they were, in tears and stuff after the game, just because he blew it. He blew
Yeah,
it.
man. Like my
But
brother
what?
came up
But
here
again,
copping the plea for
And
him. I'm like,
and
yo.
and the play before the controversial interception, which I think it was an interception, by the way. I just want to put that out there. I think that was an interception. You have to maintain control throughout the the catch process. The catching rule is weird. You have to maintain control through the ground. The play before, he underthrew McCole Hardman, and McCole Hardman he's not a great receiver to begin with, and he underthrew him. He's wide open, and if he hits him in the chest, McCole Hardman catches that ball. They're in field goal range at that point. And that was second down. I don't know if that was first or second down, but I think Josh Allen deserves blame for that game.
Yeah,
Now,
and
with
to the
all of that
comments, go
said,
ahead,
now
bro.
with
You
all
got
of that said, and I gotta disagree. I looked at it when just judging by when you say you gotta have full contact throughout the catch. That's if like the receiver catches the ball and there is like he catches the ball and he's going to the ground and he hits the ground and the ball fumbles when he hits the ground. That's what that
Mhm.
rule kind of implies. But he caught the ball, because I watched the replay. He caught the ball, had it to his chest. He's going down, his knees on the ground, going all the way on the ground. He's already touched. That's a catch. He turning around, and that's when the guy takes the ball out of his hand when he's turning around, and they call that an interception. I think that was unfair. But with all of that said, if Cooks makes that catch, if they don't call it an interception, Bills win that game, and we're not even talking about that with Josh Allen and the turnovers. I'm sure they're going to say, yeah, he has
Still
some
had four
turnovers, but
turnovers. Still had four
huh?
turnovers, though.
Yeah,
Still had
but we
four.
wouldn't talk about it if
Yeah.
that play wasn't ruled an interception. We're gonna say, yeah, he had a bad game, but ultimately it wouldn't have cost him the game if he would have caught if they wouldn't have ruled out an interception. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it contributed to the loss. Yeah, he had 4 turnovers. You cannot do that in a playoff game. That's horrible. But he still put them in the position to win the game. That's all you ask as a quarterback. Like, you can have a horrible game.
Not
As long
him.
as, huh?
Not him. His job
yeah,
is to win the game. That's Josh
yeah.
Allen.
And
His
and
job is
and,
to
and,
win the
I think
game.
his job was to win the game because of the teams that wasn't in there no more.
yeah,
So
and
it
let
was
me
his
and
time.
let me comment and salute to Jets on the hat. You know, you dig the West Side Gun joint, but nah. He
And his
said,
hat is tough though.
yeah, appreciate you. It says
Not a gray
if
bottom
Drake,
though. Green bottom. Nasty.
and that's no, that's legit. If you, yeah, we haven't going there. Yo, it's possible that the game was too big for him. Drex asked that. Is it possible that the game was too big for him? I mean,
No.
yo, hold
I
on,
don't think so.
no.
I don't think that was
Hold on. He's no. He's underthrowing, overthrowing, turning the ball over. He looking shaky. So that's a valid question. Let's not say no when he's doing shit. Yeah, Drex doesn't know green bottom is legit. But anyway, nah. That question does arise though when he's doing stuff like that. 4 turnovers, you overthrowing, underthrowing. Yes. Let's keep it a buck. We cannot move the goalpost because it's Josh Allen. And it's not even a Lamar Jackson thing. But when he had 2 turnovers in that first half against the Bills, people was talking about it. They forgot. They was like, he turned the ball over. Forget Mark Andrews dropping a pass and all this stuff. We're not moving the goalposts. He had all them turnovers. He's overthrowing, underthrowing players. Yo, he effed up. He effed up, man. He effed up. He looking like he was shaky in the big game to me. And I'm not saying that, hating, but I'm just calling it how because I'm watching the game. I'm like, yo, what he doing? What is he doing?
I think when you look at his playoff numbers, I don't think that was the reason why. Now, did he have a bad game? I think he had a bad game. I don't think there's any way around that. 4 turnovers, and like I said, his job's not to, like certain quarterbacks, you ask them, don't lose the game, put us in a position to win, like you were saying. But him, he's a guy, you ask him to win the game. Lamar, you ask him, go win the game. Like these are guys that's what we expect and that's what we
We gotta
ask
keep it
of
a buck.
them. But I don't think that was the reason why. I think he had a bad game, and I think his history of playoff games kind of
Yeah.
speaks for itself. To I guess the point of me saying that wasn't the reason why, but he had a bad game.
And I think it's foul that they coach got who got fired? Coach, right?
The coach,
The
yeah.
Bills
I think
coach.
their GM should have gone too. I think their GM should have gone too.
Yeah, I'm like,
because they don't have that great of a
like,
roster. They don't have that great of a roster.
Yo, the NFL's
What
wild.
up,
Like
man?
they
What up,
firing. Yeah, yo, they firing coaches like crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Like all these things ain't the coach fault, yo.
and I alluded to that. I was like, the coaches
You
always
did.
a scapegoat.
You did.
They always
They getting scapegoated like crazy. I mean, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But shoot out to the Bills. I mean, you
Yes,
ain't get it done.
It was a Josh Allen convo. You missed it.
You know what I'm saying?
Different
I mean,
perspectives on that.
but shout out to the Rams getting it done. Matt Stafford, You know
Hey,
them boys.
shout out to me and my picks. I wanted to touch base on our Super Bowl picks. My 2 picks are still in there.
Facts, Gerald. We said that. Facts.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 2 picks are still in there. AJ 2 picks is out. AJ had picked the Eagles and the Bills. They both out. Mel, you still in the running. You got Rams and Broncos, but Broncos, they ain't got Nick, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Patriots
Um,
is they lucky that Knicks is out because Broncos is going to that Super Bowl if Knicks was playing. Believe that.
I had Rams and Pat, so mine's are still looking
I
tight.
had
Who
I had Rams Bills. That was
Rams
my
Bills?
Yeah,
yeah.
Rams and Bills.
Hmm.
Tough, tough.
Seahawks look
Seahawks.
Seahawks look.
They looking like the Ravens and the
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Yo,
The way that
yo, the
defense looking
Raven,
real.
the Seahawks. That
Yo, that
reminded
defense
me, the way
looking
that game went
crazy.
reminded me of that Super Bowl where they played the Broncos, where they just from start to finish just waxed them.
Yeah,
Yo,
that Patriots, Drex, that Patriots defense is tough though too, man. Because when I was watching Texans beat on them boys, I was like, "Yo, there's no way." But I mean, that was the Steelers, give or take. They limped in there, but them Texans boy, Anderson boy, them boys was looking. Oh my! I'm like, "Yo, who gonna beat this team?" But Patriots proved like they gave the blueprint on how to beat these elite defenses. So and obviously Patriots without Knicks, they got an easier road. They just cannot lose that game. They can't lose that championship game
yeah.
without no Knicks. They cannot lose
Unless,
that game.
unless the new quarterback for the Broncos turn into what's her name for the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl?
Nick Foles.
Oh, Nick
You better
Foles?
turn to Nick Foles.
Yo,
Turn
you know
to
what's
Nick
funny?
Foles.
I see a lot of people trying to hype him up now. I don't know if it's Broncos fans or Sean Payton, the coach of the Broncos, but a lot of people are trying to hype him up, and I'm like, come on, man, he's a backup. He was
He
like, yeah,
hasn't
he's the
Yeah,
played
best
in
backup
2
in the league.
years.
Like, he's a
2
backup. That's why
years.
he's a
yeah,
backup.
yeah. He's a
Crazy.
backup. He's a
Yeah,
backup.
he's a
I
backup.
mean,
Crazy.
but
He's a
man,
backup.
that was a good NFL playoff weekend though.
Yeah,
I mean, you know
playoffs
what I'm
have been good
saying?
so far.
But
Yeah.
let me say something else, man. To all of the Eagles fans, yo, they trying to get on the Niners for losing. They still beat y'all. Sit down. That's annoying to me. It's like they're like, yo, they got beat. They still beat y'all. Like it don't matter if they lost, right? They lost and got killed, right? But they beat y'all.
But we got to understand the 49ers had a plethora of injuries.
Yo,
All of
it
their
don't.
key players was done.
I mean, with that
Like,
fact though, right? They still
and
eliminated
they
y'all.
yeah.
I
So
feel
it's
like
like, why hate?
the Niners
Like,
were playing with house money.
With house
They shouldn't
money.
have been there. They shouldn't have been
yeah,
there. The last week of the season they were playing for the 1 seed to have the bye and everything. Like that was already a win in itself. Then they lost
Yep.
that game and then went on the
yeah,
road, won a playoff game. That was a good season for
Like
them.
if your
You know.
starting
yes,
quarterback is out for 8 games, you automatically say, "Yo, that
Yeah.
is a wrap of a season."
yeah,
Yeah.
So they
yeah,
still
yeah,
managed to keep that together. So shout out
yeah,
to them. Shout
man.
out to my other shout out my 49ers, baby.
Facts,
Shit.
Rex. That's hate. You know what I mean? So, Eagles fans. Tommy know how they be, man.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
oh man, I
He
don't.
hates it. He hates it, but they be bugging though. Like y'all see, every day all hype. I'm like, I
Yeah.
know y'all not hype right now. Like I'm looking at them like, I know the Ravens ain't make it. You don't see me like, oh, I'm like, yo, whoever win. They're like, I don't hear all that bang bang. They eliminate each other.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Like that's like me talking shit about the Steelers and shit. They just stopped us to get the playoffs. They're like, I'm a chill. I'm like, all right, man. You don't see me saying like, oh, they even when they got eliminated, like, yeah, you see they got eliminated, they got blown out. I mean, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be
Shout out to the
saying.
Giants though. They got my man. They got my man Harborough, man. They wouldn't.
I mean, yo, listen.
That's
Yeah,
a good hire.
that's a good look. That's a good look.
Good hire.
Shout, that's a good look. We love him over here in Baltimore, but I feel like we already know what was going to happen. So, but that's the NFL.
Wait,
we
what's
still.
going to happen?
What you mean? It's for no.
You said
I said we knew what was going to happen with once the Ravens lost. And you saw the writing on the wall. It was just, you know what I mean? Just like the same thing. If that was the Steelers who lost, then Tomlin would have got fired. Then it was one of those type of. So it is what it is. But that's a good pickup for the Giants. Hope y'all gonna be good because y'all already showed signs. It look like y'all got your quarterback and everything. So salute to y'all. It should be hopefully it's a good turnaround.
I think he's going to bring a good culture. Real quick, one more question. I got a quick question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So part of me wants the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl just because now what is the conversation that the Eagles fans have around Jalen Hurts now that Sam Darnold won a ring in the next year? You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Yeah.
So,
oh.
because they're hyping him up because he won Super Bowl MVP, he won Super Bowl. But how do you think that conversation would be? Like, where do you think people would start ranking Sam Darnold? Do you think he would skyrocket or?
Me personally, I won't, because that's a
He'll
trick
be in that.
question.
He'll be in that class with Hurts in him, I think, because I feel like Mahomes is like up here. Then you got Lamar, Josh Allen, and Burrow, and then everybody else is after that. And I feel like that's how everybody be ranking the quarterbacks.
I mean, but Sam Darnold was never in the conversation until now. So it's like we just thrust him in there because he
That's
the
how I think
NFC
they did
championship game.
with
You know,
Hurts.
That's Tommy's point, though. That's how he played. That's what he feel like they did with Hurts.
with Jalen Hurts.
I think they did
Yeah.
that with Hurts. I think
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, Sam Darnold, Purdy. I think they got like a group where their team's really good and they don't lose them the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to be in certain quarterback conversations, you need to be on a consistently winning basis. You getting there, winning playoff games on a consistent rate, not just getting in one time and then you're out of here. So
So you were saying that he would have to, if he did win this year, then he has to continue at least being in the convo, or the team is contending to a degree for seasons after.
yeah,
Like
because
the
even
Eagles were.
I would put
Okay.
like a Matt Stafford over a Sam Donald.
Wait, what? Wait, well, why is that even a
would-
thing though?
I'm just
Like
saying
Matt
in
Stafford?
terms of like picking
Isn't it-
conversations in terms
Nah,
of quarterbacks
that was
winning.
not. No,
Yeah.
no. Stafford is one of them dudes. Like you're
Yeah.
not. Why is he even mentioned with him? That's what I'm saying. That wasn't a good guy to pick. Should have pick another quarterback. I'm not trying to be funny, but you understand what I'm saying. Like
Matthew
for respect to
Stafford. Shit,
Stafford.
I'm sticking with what I said. Shit.
All right, man. All right, man.
Because Matthew
You know what I
Stafford
mean?
only got one chip. Do we got one? He won one?
Stafford got one.
Yeah, he got one.
Yep.
So he didn't win multiple Super Bowls. He wasn't in the conversations with these guys multiple
Matt
times.
Stafford as a player is one of them guys. He has
He
the
is.
stats. He's a good quarterback. Like that's what I'm saying. It's not. It wasn't a good person to use for the analogy, in my opinion.
We're gonna let TikTok decide. Matt Stafford or Sam Donald. Is yeah.
It's gonna be 99-1, and that one's a Seahawks fan.
Yo, bro, yo. All right, we're gonna go to the next one, man. Yo, shout out to NFL. Another great week in the playoffs, man. It was funny. Did y'all see that movie, The Long Walk?
Nah, I didn't see
Nah.
that. I had to like.
All
Google
right,
that.
so since I didn't see it, because I remember my wife, she wanted to go to the movie to see that, but we didn't go, so it was on streaming. So they're like, yo, let's watch it. Yo, we watching it. So basically, the movie is about and the more I watched it, and I'm like, yo, like word, like, all right. They basically, it's no end point. A group of guys walk. They walk until there's only one man standing. Right? And you gotta maintain a speed of like walking at like I think like 3 miles an hour, 3 miles, right? You gotta maintain that. You can't go beneath that. The minute you go beneath that, that's like you get a warning. And you get like warning.
Like 3 warnings, you get
three
shot.
warnings, then you get shot. Right? My thing is this. You're signed, mind you, it's a bunch of guys. Like I forgot how many you started with, like 50, 40, something like that. So you're signing up to win all this money and get a wish, right? And if you lose, you die. Like if you don't make it, you die. You're signing up for this. Fuck signs up for that? That's like somebody playing a lotto. It's like, yo, if you don't win, you're gonna get shot. Like when I was watching, I'm like, all right. Then I'm like, yo, and then they can't take no breaks. Yo, so that mean, yo, so you gotta pee, you gotta walk and pee, or you gotta walk and take a shit. But you know, if you should get under the 3 miles, so who's taking a shit? They were taking a shit, and it's like, yo, that was a warning, and they had to hurry up, and they keep running. It's like, yo, I'm like, yo, like, don't get me wrong,
And
like,
that was a Stephen King.
King. Yo, Stephen King. That was one of his shit. It was like, yo, come on, son. Like, I'm watching it. It was cool, but some of the stuff was like, son. Like, I'm like, yo, I could do this. Yeah, motherfuckers, they was walking for like 350 miles. Like, for that's like, son. Like, people, it's like, walking that long, yo.
It's the modern day monks walk for freedom. That's what that is.
Yo, when the dude was taking it, yo, dude was taking it, but you know what it was? After a while, some people started losing their mind. And then they just started trying to take the gun, shoot the dude, and they get killed anyway. Or if you run off the road, then you're going to get shot. One dude tried to run in the store. It's like, yo, you was walking for like 300 miles, now you want to wild out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to wild out and be crazy. I'm like, yo.
I saw when you put this on there, I'm like, what made bro pick this topic? This is so far-fetched.
Yo, cause I just watched it and I'm trying to grasp it. Like, yo, when I'm watching the drink and the dude trying to take shit, he's like, trying to hurry up. And it's like, yo, listen, I'm sitting here like, yo, Stephen King. Like, it was just so many things that's like, yo, come on. That's why I said to anybody else watch it, because I want to see what y'all thought. I understand.
This is my
okay.
first time me hearing of his movie. Now I'm going
I never even heard of this movie.
Never
heard of this movie.
Yo, watch it. It's a cool movie, but then it's like some things. It's just like, all right, man. Like, you ain't just walking for like.
It came out last year in theaters. That's surprising when I looked it up. I'm like, I've never seen commercials or anything for this movie.
Nah, me neither. I never even heard of it till right now.
Never heard of it.
They was walking for like 6 days.
He said, "Who signs up for that?"
They walk in. It's like, yo,
it's like Lotto, right? It's like everybody thinking they're gonna win. They got the mindset that they're gonna win. Everybody probably got the mindset they could do everything until they sign up and they do it. Like, fuck, I can't do this shit.
Yo,
it's too late.
And it's like, yo, you walking and it's no endpoint, so you gotta outlast all the other guys you're walking with. And okay, and if you don't do it, then you die. Yo, you just don't value your life anyway. So you might as well just kill yourself right now. Like, yo, if you don't win, but you die though. I'm just letting you know, it's like, I'm not signing up for that. The fuck, like, yo, the fuck, yeah, that's why I was like, yo, hold on. I'm watching the joint. I'm like, yeah, you ain't bugging out,
you
man.
must have been really intrigued by that to put that on this list.
You're depressed, homeless. You're just like, hey, win-win. You know, at that point, yo, either you put me out, or I win the money, and that solves everything. You know, like.
Nah, you put a crackhead in there, boy. Crackhead winning that, boy. Don't put no crackheads in there.
The crackheads, they die quick, man. They die quick, man.
Crackheads gonna be walking, boy.
I'm talking about in the movie. The crackheads ain't last long.
Oh, the crackheads ain't last long?
Nah, they ain't last long, man. They was.
Yeah,
it was about
a fictional movie, because shit, we know them crackheads, boy.
You know what I mean? But I just had to. Yeah, shout out to the Long Walk, man. You know what I mean? Check it out. Let me know what y'all think.
Could you drink something like while you're walking? Like, could you drink water and stuff?
Yo, check it out. Yo, they had canteens and all that, right? But then dudes was walking, right? Then there was a point, I see they dudes walking. One dude got the white beater on. I walk. Next thing, you want to put the tee on. You want to put the long sleeve shirt. Nigga walking with fucking hoodie, jacket, this. And it's like, yo, it's not even nighttime. You sweating like crazy. Now you adding stuff on. So that's what I'm looking at, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Like, yo, you gotta watch it. You gotta see, because y'all didn't watch it.
Check it out.
Yo, check it out. And let me see what people think in the comments on TikTok and all that, man. Long Walk, man. Y'all ain't see it. Check it out, man. Word up. But and other news, man. Oh, this is all right. This is a good one. All right. Remember the referee? He sat down with Roy Jones in him, and he was saying that Mayweather should have been disqualified versus Zab Judah when his uncle or his pops came in the ring, right? So now it's like, okay. So why I brought this up, the trajectory. If Mayweather would have lost that fight, what do you think and if it's Zab Judah, the trajectories at that time. What do you think if Mayweather would have got disqualified and lost that? What do you think like would have happened at that time? It's like one of those what if, because he should have been disqualified according to the ref once the people started entering the ring and causing the melee.
I mean, for one thing, let's clear it up.
Yeah.
That was one ref's opinion against another ref that actually called it. So the ref is based on the discrepancy of the ref to call it, to say, hey, whether or not we're going to DQ you for that. So the refs make that call. So maybe the ref, I don't know which ref made that statement, but maybe to him, he would have DQ'd it. But looking at it, it was in the 10th round, right? So it was too late into the fight to really try to put that on a ref to disqualify Floyd for his uncle to win. In all actuality, like Zab Judah was out there beating his groin off. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gonna do that. This is Floyd Mayweather we talking about. We ain't gonna let the guy just keep punching him down there, and not do anything about it. So I think the ref in that instance made the right call. That's a big money fight.
He did say it was a judgment call. He said because if he would have disqualified him, he said it would have, the whole place would have just went ballistic.
Because they was already like in a melee. So imagine if Floyd would have got disqualified. That shit would have been way worse. So I think the ref made a right call on that. And again, the refs makes that call. So one ref could see it that way, two refs could see it that way, five refs could say, hey, he shouldn't have been disqualified, because it's a ref decision that makes that. So, it's just one ref opinion against the other. But if he would have lost, it would have probably been a rematch, and Floyd would have probably beat him even worse. You know what I'm saying?
Fair. What you think, Tommy?
Well, I think it would have changed a lot. I'm not a big boxing guy. I used to be when I was growing up a little bit. So, but I mean, I feel like it would have definitely changed at least Floyd's career a little bit, and how we view him a little bit, just because of a lot of his aura and his legacy is that undefeated record. So I think it would have definitely changed it. He probably would have got a rematch. You know what I mean? Like you said, probably would have won because he's Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think a lot of his, like I said, his aura and his legacy is the unbeaten record. So I think it would have maybe changed his legacy a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would definitely change it, because it would have had he would have still been undefeated technically, because it wasn't a loss. But to have that, 50 or 49, 0-1, or however they want to, number it, would have been a blemish on just like the overall record, and just looking how you look at it, but it wouldn't have been a loss on Floyd's record. So he would have still been undefeated.
Yeah.
It just been like, okay, let's go back in there, because I was whooping him anyway, and let me go back in and just whoop him even more. So it would never did nothing to, I don't think, to really hinder what Floyd did after that if he'd have lost.
Yeah.
Again,
it would have did more for Zab.
It would have did, well, would it have done more for Zab, because Zab went out in his camp, going out, and they having a melee, because even though in the first 3-4 rounds Zab was looking like Zab, then he got tired and Floyd beat the shot of him for the remaining of the round. So giving Zab the rematch, I don't even think, honestly, it would have been, Floyd would have probably even gave him a rematch. I don't know, maybe, because it wasn't a loss. It wasn't like something where how Roy Jones had to do it, where it was a controversy loss. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Montel Griffin?
On my record. Huh?
To Montel Griffin, yeah.
Yeah, so if it was something that would have tested to an L on his record, yeah, you got to run that back. But if it was disqualification, Floyd probably be like, I don't know. It could have been, let me remove that. We don't know. Yeah. But,
Okay. I mean, it just was an interesting thing. And since we're on boxing, we might as well jump into the other topic with Canelo returning. And I was watching something, and it's a good point, though, right? Canelo at a crossroad with no Crawford rematch because Crawford retires. He's at a crossroad, kind of like, almost like they made a good point, like with Roy Jones. Like, when you reach a certain point, it's like sometimes like the risk. So it's like, if Canelo, because he has been deteriorating, so it's like, okay, if he come back and fight some not well-known person and lose because you don't care or you making all this money, so they like, that's the danger of picking an opponent like that they saying like people viewing it like, yeah, and I agree. If you're gonna fight again, don't make it be a BS fight. Get somebody that's viable. You know what I mean? Go into it, win, lose, draw, and boom. Because I feel like you're at a point now where it's like you take somebody that's not really like that, and you don't go hard or you don't look at it in that way, because you're at a certain point in your career where it's like you don't need to be taking certain risks too. So it's kind of like, okay, you kind of cherry pick your opponent to get the W. Then you got the risk of not taking something serious or somebody possibly beating you. But then also, what is it for you to take a risk and give a top young fighter a chance, and then you get your butt whooped or something? Right. So that's why I said he's at a certain crossroad right now with that fight in September.
I'm looking at it, right? I mean, the only viable person that he should fight is Dimitri Bivol. That's the only person I could see him fighting again because of their history that they have. Other than that, I'm looking at these other guys. I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is. They're talking about what's his name? I can't even pronounce this shit that he got. What was this guy's name? I don't even know. I can't pronounce it. Some guy. You know, Bivol is the only person that I looking at this that I could say that he should fight if he's going to do that comeback, which he is. They got it slated for September 12th, so they got the date set. They just don't. They said they want to put a hype around who his opponent is going to be. So I mean, for Canelo, I think for him, honestly, is really nobody left for him to fight. Really, I think Crawford was the ultimate fight. You lost. You know, the fight, a respectable manner. You put in a good fight. You got outboxed, outclassed by a better boxer. A style of fighter that similar to Floyd, how Floyd was able to beat him easily, relying on defense, counterpunching. That's what Terence Crawford did to beat Canelo. So I just think for Canelo, man, if it ain't a fight where it's not like a redemption fight, like how he would have with Canelo, there's no sense of him. At this point, you just fighting, like you said, bro, for money. And what is that for your legacy? You know what I mean? You might fuck around and catch a Roy Jones treatment, get knocked out, and
that's the people they was talking about that. Yeah, they was talking about that.
All that you work for is done. You know what I'm saying? So, I think he should just chill out, man. Just chill. Just relax, man. Just chill. You got the money. You just chill, relax, man. These boxers just want to. I get it. They want to fight. They brawlers. They want to fight. But at some point, you got to say, okay, who's it out there for me? You know what I mean? So, that's my 2 cents on that. What you got, Tommy?
Nah, I agree. Canelo was, he was a top dog for a while, and I think he should just kind of like what you guys are saying, just retire. Because if you get your ass whipped, it's just gonna look bad. It's almost like when a guy in like basketball or football, whatever, like they just hold on too long. Like, at a certain point, try to go out on top. I know he lost his last fight against Terence Crawford, but it's tough. I think he should just. There's nothing to gain. There's not much to gain. You know what I mean? You already lost your big fight. You know what I mean? So your last big fight. So I think he should just retire. I know he's going to fight, but I don't think it's worth the risk. Like I said, you don't want to hold on too long. You want people to have memories of you, more memories of you on top. And
that's kind of the problem now with with Roy Jones. Why people don't remember. Some people don't remember how great he was. Because of how after he came down from heavyweight, it's been a shit show. You know what I mean?
For me, like I said, the only fight he need to fight is Bivol, because Bivol actually beat him. So if you want to try to redeem that and prove to people that you can beat Bivol, then that's the only fight that I can see Canelo taking is Bivol, because Bivol beat him. So
So that's our 2 cents on that, man. You know what I'm saying? And then man, another I rock with my boy. Well wishes him, man. Jimmy Butler, man.
Jimmy Bucket's era.
Damn, man, I was mad when I saw that, man.
Yeah.
Damn, man, and me. Man, Golden State season is over. So we just gonna put that there. Season's over, bro. Shit's over. No, the shit's over, bro.
Listen, hold on.
Still what?
We still got a guy over there named Kuminga, even though he's going through some contract disputes and with the team. That boy can play. He proved that he can play. So I'm not gonna count out. Not gonna count out. Nah, not doing that. Not count out the Warriors. No, we're not gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that. You get a younger, more athletic Kuminga in there, and maybe this is his chance. He feels like, okay, all right, now I got a chance to show the Warriors what I can really do. And all it takes is an injury from somebody for another player to come in there and do their thing and be that person like, oh shit, why was this guy riding the bench all this long? Because we all know Kuminga could play. You can put your hat there all you want. A lot of time my takes be right. So I
Nah, bro. Yo, bro, you talking about Kuminga saving the season? No. Like, what are we talking? Yeah, you talking about him like that's Allen Iverson or somebody. Like, he ain't saving nothing. Season is over.
Okay,
Golden State.
Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic.
It's over.
Let's be realistic here. Jimmy, it's not like Jimmy Butler was out here killing. He was not. He was mediocre doing his job on the Golden State Warriors. It was still Curry putting up the numbers. But Jimmy Butler was there, here and there. He wasn't a consistent scorer out there. So we're not going to sit here and act like Jimmy Butler was the man in Golden State and getting buckets. No, he's not the Jimmy Buckets of Miami. He wasn't. He wasn't, bro. He was just being there for the. He even said it, yo, we are a mediocre team. This is coming out of Jimmy Butler's mouth. They are a mediocre team. Let's give Kuminga a shot. Kuminga's younger, more athletic. He proven that he could go out there and get buckets when given the opportunity. So what I'm saying, we acted like the season is over because Butler is out and he lost a 30-point per game scorer. No, Kuminga could give you 20 if he wanted to, and that's what Jimmy Butler was even averaging 20. So let's not do that. Let's give, and because Golden State is not a team derived around it is derived around Curry, but they are a systematic team. So any person at any given moment in that system can go off. So we're going to see what Kuminga going to do. Not going to say he's going to save the season, but you're going to say, oh, because Kuminga. No, let's give that man a shot and see what he can do because he is a proven that he can score. That's all I'm saying.
Tommy, before you, let me just.
You good?
Yo, bro, listen, bro, for real. Golden State, they wasn't doing shit with Jimmy Butler, right? So Jimmy Butler gets injured, and you talking about Kuminga?
Wait, so you just said Jimmy Butler wasn't doing shit when the Warriors?
No. I said it like no, they weren't like a contender, like in my eyes when Jimmy Butler was playing.
It was a mediocre team, like Jimmy Butler said.
Yeah, I never said that. Yo, they was winning the chip. I just said the season is like it's officially over. Like whatever y'all thought is just definitely done. But it's done. The season is done. It's over. Like when it's go time, you can depend on Jimmy Butler. You know what Jimmy Butler is going to bring to the table. Like, we can't take that from Jimmy. But Golden State is just not that squad. And you're talking about Kuminga get all the chances he want. They're not doing nothing. Season is over. It is over. They might as well go chill with the Wizards in one of them teams. It's fucking over. All right? They ain't doing nothing. It's over. They can have Steph Curry when your second Draymond Green does nothing. He's doing nothing. There's no more Klay Thompsons. There's no Pools, no Wiggins. There's none of these people over there. Golden State's done, bro. I don't give a fuck how much Kuminga can average 25. Done. They're not doing nothing. They're doing nothing. Golden State is doing nothing. Nothing. It's over. It's over. Like Vince Carter and Duncan, it's over. It's a wrap.
I just hate to be right, bro, all the time. I hate to be right.
Be right what? Right what?
What you got, Tommy? What you got?
Season's over.
Your bro is really bugging out here with this shit.
I can't wait till this is split. Oh, I can't.
You're right. You are absolutely right that the Warriors system, Kuminga can score 20, 25 points, that he can go off. But that doesn't mean he's going to, and that doesn't mean they're going to win games because he can do that and they could still be losing games. Like he can, I think Kuminga's development this year is probably an important part of the rest of their season. Like their goals is to maybe get him comfortable, maybe get his trade value up. I don't know what they want to do with him, but this season, as far as them contending and everything, I think that's
Wait, hold
That's
on.
tough.
Nobody ever said Warriors was a contender.
Okay,
Nobody ever said that. They are a mediocre team. Mediocre at best.
I agree.
Nobody's
I don't
picking
think
them to win a chip. They're gonna probably be a 6, 7 seed in the Eastern Conference at best. They are a
What's the
mediocre team.
conference?
I'm
I
just
said
saying
the shit is over. Like I've been saying,
my
shit's over.
no, I'm just saying you're saying that the season is over. The season is not over. Y'all saying, both of y'all on record saying Warriors season is over because
yeah.
Jimmy Butler got injured. And I'm saying the season is not over. They're still going to be a team that's going to be a playoff team with Kaminga in there filling that role. That's what
So
I'm
that means
saying.
they're a contender. Then that means they're a contender.
No, not a contender, a playoff team. A playoff team is far from a contender. There's a lot of playoff teams. Contenders is like the Houston Rockets, obviously the Thunder,
The Nuggets.
Nuggets. Those are contending
Mhm.
championship contending teams. I mean, Warriors are not a contending team by any mean, by any stretch. What up, Kiki? By any stretch. I'm just
Kiki,
saying the
what's up?
season is not over for the Warriors because Jimmy Butler. Now, if Jimmy Butler was a player that contributed, like he was averaging 25, 26 game, contributing to a lot of wins, and he got hurt, yeah, season is over. But they're a mediocre team. We can't say the season is over because Jimmy Butler went out. They was just playing just to play, just trying to make the playoffs. That's all they was doing. They wasn't winning shit. So the season's not over. It's just you lose Butler, okay, enter Kaminga. Let's see what you can do, bro. That's it.
You don't even believe that shit, man.
I do.
You don't even believe that shit, yo. You
I
think
do.
about people coming in there like, you don't even believe that shit.
I do.
You're like, what the heck is yo?
All right.
You don't believe
Watch
that shit,
Kaminga.
man.
Kaminga could play.
Yo, a lot of people could play. You know what I mean? He ain't doing nothing.
Okay. We're gonna see.
Like, when he said, yo, Jimmy Butler injured. All right, insert Kaminga. No, Jimmy Butler do a lot of shit that it ain't just insert Kaminga. It ain't Jimmy Butler fault why the Warriors is mediocre.
So who fault is it?
The team just is not outside of the nucleus. They ain't really got shit going on, dog. That's the problem. And Draymond Green ain't giving nothing. He's giving nothing. Talks. He do all of this. The most that he did this season was argue with Kenyon Martin.
So was their season over with Jimmy Butler there? By pretty much what you're saying, because Draymond wasn't doing shit. Was their season over with Jimmy Butler there?
My thing is, they wasn't knocking, they wasn't ringing bells.
Right. They wasn't. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm just saying,
the season is over because Butler.
Yeah, but it's
out.
officially clipped for real. Like they
Okay,
like.
Okay.
It's like they had a 2%. It's like they had a 2% chance with Jimmy. Now it's like a.
It's just
I think their percentages is better with Kaminga. Honestly, I think the percentage is better because you get younger now. You get younger. You get more athletic. You can't go wrong with a younger, more athletic, versatile player like Kaminga. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And he can get you buckets. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that.
All right, man. My brother, he's running some stuff, man. All right, man.
We gonna see.
All right, we're gonna see.
I'm gonna say I told you so.
Matter of fact,
my Super Bowl picks. I'm gonna say I told
all right,
you so.
and matter of fact, speaking of that, the next topic, you sound like this
I
man.
know me.
Rich Paul. Should Rich Paul have a podcast? My brother, you sounding like Rich Paul with some of them takes about Mike and all that. That's how you sounding right. He's sounding crazy right now.
Talking about takes about Mike. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Rich Paul. The next topic is should Rich Paul have a podcast?
Takes about Mike.
No, I said some of his takes about Mike. That's how you're sounding. You're bugging. You're wilding out. You're wilding out. You're bugging.
Nah, I'm not Rich Paul. I ain't got his money.
Yo, man, look, man. What's your thoughts on Rich Paul and having a podcast?
I'll let you start, Tommy.
I don't think it's a good look. I don't think that him being so tied with LeBron and just who Rich Paul is and his agency and everything, I don't think it's a good look. You know what I mean? I think that some guys we don't need to hear from. You know what I mean? Some guys we don't need to hear from. And I think already there's a lot of a narrative too about, LeBron putting stuff out to the media and stuff like that. And it only like hurts him. You know what I mean? Like it almost like feeds that narrative more. And like I said, I think some people we don't need to hear from. You know what I mean? Like some guys just and his takes. I've seen a couple clips. I haven't sat down and watched like a full one. Seen a couple clips, and he says some crazy stuff, for some I don't know if it's for clicks or for what it's for, but he's got some wild takes on there.
He damn sure do. Go ahead, bro. I'll finish it off.
I think he just, he know what he do. He just trying to gain traction and stir the pot. I think it's a method to the madness with some of the stuff that he's saying. You know what I mean? Stir the pot, bring eyes. You know what I mean? I feel like he's branding. He got his own sneaker collab with New Balance. He have his own identity, not just LeBron's man. He's dating Adele and all these people. He's have his own identity. So I feel like he's like just showing like I'm my own person, I'm my own man. And I feel like he just want to be known as more than just the agent. He wants to really build a big brand. So I think that's his goal. And he's just going about it, gaining attention with the takes and certain things.
Mm-hmm. I personally don't have a problem with him doing a podcast. I just have a problem with him speaking on Lakers moves, which LeBron James is your client, and you have a lot of NBA clients in the NBA. So anything you say as an active agent can persuade the narrative, so to speak. So I just think that because like they alluded to, they wasn't trying to compare it, but in comparison, just like live NBA players that's active, have podcasts. They even got on Paul George about that. Like, you doing a podcast, you active in the season, chill out, bro. That's different from an agent.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Because the agent is not actually playing the game. But I don't have no problem with him I don't have no problem with him doing a podcast. I just have a problem with him mentioning anything with any of his clients or saying anything that can persuade the public opinion on, maybe he said that to try to get one of these people over here to be a client for him. You can't do that. If you're going to do that, just talk about the history of basketball. Be a historian, talk about old school stuff, things like that, or talk about things not relevant to you directly or LeBron James directly, because again, anything you say, they're gonna think that is coming from LeBron James. We don't know actuality. He said
that was
we don't know.
kind of my point. You know what I mean? Like you can't. It's hard because he's so big now and he has so many clients, and he's got LeBron and everything. And I know, like he said, like Mel said, he's trying to be his own person now instead of just being, LeBron's guy. But I feel like his hand is so involved in basketball that it's hard to talk about like current stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's a tough look almost,
Yeah. And then you got a guy like Max Kellerman, who his main repertoire is really boxing. So it's like for you to sit there and talk basketball with somebody who's commentating, even though he was on ESPN with Stephen A. and the debate. Some of his debates were crazy, like his craziest debate when he said, if the death beam was pointed at me,
that he wants. This is the same guy that said, he wants Iguodala over Curry. He said he wants. Hold up. He said he wants Iguodala taking a three-point shot over Curry, and he said that Kawhi Leonard was more clutch than Kobe Bryant and has more clutch moments than Kobe Bryant.
So this is who you doing a podcast with, talking about basketball, right? You could have picked anybody else that was a basketball savant that knows the history that you could sit there and talk to. But guys with wild takes like that, and people knowing Max Kellerman having those wild takes like that, is like, okay, dog, you talking with this guy about basketball. So I just think that I don't mind him having a podcast. I think he got to be mindful of what he says, because he's an active agent and he has arguably the greatest basketball player in the game as his client. That's an active player on one of the most sought out franchises in the world, which is the Lakers. And you got a plethora of clients that's in the NBA actively. So I just think that he can do it, but you just got to refrain from all of that stuff that pertains to your clients. That's all.
Yeah.
And my bro Mel went to go take a dunk. Don't know where he at. He went to the bathroom. He took a bathroom break, man. Hey, but I wanted to, while he's doing that, I wanted you to touch back on that Broncos catch.
Okay.
or interception, and why
Okay.
do you feel like that wasn't an interception in your eyes?
So I think it was an interception. I think it was, and I feel like the catch rule. I don't know when. I think it was the Des Bryant play versus the Packers. That was
Yeah.
the catch, the
That
thing everyone goes to for the rules on it being a catch or not. And I think it's been very confused on what it is, but I thought personally watching the replay, one, it wasn't a clear angle of him having full possession and being down. Like I feel like all the angles were kind of hard because they were like kind of in the way and everything. And it was almost like it's almost like when there's a fumble and they're in the bottom of a dog pile. And it's like some guy could have had possession, could have been down, and someone else could have ripped it out. But the ref, when he gets to the bottom of the dog pile, he's going to say, this guy has it now. So it's going to be his ball. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I thought that when he was going to the ground, because I know there was a big debate on the play the next day with the Bears and Rams, where Devontae Adams caught the ball, his knee was down, and then they ripped it out. I thought they
Mhm.
got that play right too. I don't think they were the same plays. I thought it was is different because Devontae also wasn't going to the ground. He didn't need to survive the ground for the catch. He caught it, had possession, his knee was down, they were touching him. He wasn't even going down. He was just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I thought they got both calls right, personally.
All right. I just want to read the rules. Hey, bro, we just went back to that
Yeah.
to the interception because we tried to cover
Yeah.
some while he was gone. I just want to
Yeah.
read the rule summary here, the NFL rule summary. So, Article 3, completed or intercepted pass, right? So, a player who makes a catch may advance the ball. A forward pass is complete by the offense or intercepted by the defense in the field of play at the sideline or in the end zone if a player who was inbounds. Okay, so A, secures control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the ball touching the ground. So can we allude that he had control of the ball in his arms prior to the ball touching the ground?
I don't even know if he had full control. You know what I
Look at
mean?
the we put the joint on our pages in replay. Is on in
Okay.
slow mo. He didn't move that ball not once when
Okay.
he caught that ball.
I got to take a
Right?
look at it again because I saw it earlier today, but I got to take a look at it again. But all the
Okay.
angles I saw, I thought that it was an interception.
Okay, and B, touches the ground inbounds with both feet or with any part of his body other than his hands. And
Mhm.
C, after A and B had been fulfilled, clearly performs any act common to the game. Examples: extend the ball forward, taking an additional step back, whatever. Or he maintains control of the ball long enough to do so. So this is what I want to bring up. It said notes. Key notes. One, movement of the ball does not automatically result in loss of control. That was big. That was big. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, because people were saying because he was juggling the ball, he didn't have
Yeah. That
control
was
of the
their main
ball.
thing. That
So
because
by
the
this
ball was
rule,
moving or something,
movement
man.
of the ball does not automatically result in loss of control. So it's like, what are we doing here? Like, what is that right there? Kind of threw me off because everybody's perception of that being an interception was he didn't have control of the ball. And as plain as day right here in the notes, movement of the ball does not automatically result in loss of control. So what do we talk about? You know what I'm saying? So look at it again, Tommy. I looked at it in all the different angles. He didn't lose control of the ball. He maintained control. It was not until he fell on the ground, his knee was touching the ground. That means it's down by contact, right? By NFL rule, you're down by contact.
Kiki said he
Rolled,
had control.
rolled over, huh? He had
So Kiki
control.
said
He
he.
rolled over,
Mhm.
and it wasn't until when he rolled over, you can't see once he rolled over. There's no camera angle that shows
Yeah.
on a rollover who had the ball. We all can see he had the ball when he all went to the ground. He rolled over, and that's when the receiver went. But you already down by contact, bro. Then you rip it out and take it in his hand and say it's an interception. It was a bad call. And my 2 cents, that was a bad call. Bad call. But yeah, we had to bring that up, Mel, because you know what I'm
Yeah, no
saying.
doubt,
I
no doubt,
wanted to
no
get
doubt, no doubt.
get Tommy's point on that. All right, what was the
Oh,
next joint? We talked about the Rich
um,
Paul joint already.
yeah, we did. Okay. What was Because and the thing you put the best baseball signature movie, but I put what was the best basketball signature move.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, the best basketball signature move.
Oh, I read it wrong. My bad. Because I
It's
was
all
like the
good.
best
So
baseball
yeah,
movie. I'm here putting my
'cause-
shit up here, getting it ready. All right.
so the best basketball signature move. I mean,
I already know which one it is.
So I mean, of course, Kareem skyhook.
That was
Uh-huh.
You
what I
got
was gonna
the
say.
you got the MJ fadeaway.
Hmm.
You got the Iverson crossover. You got the Dirk one leg. Those are the moves that came to my head.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I had that. But I think it got to be Kareem skyhook.
Hmm.
Kareem
38,000
Skyhook.
points. I think
I
it got
got
to be
I got two.
who you got.
I got Tim Duncan's backboard shot.
I was gonna say I was gonna say
Yo,
that
that
his
is
off the glass.
that shit is
I'm not mad at that.
unguardable.
Yeah.
I ain't mad
and
at that.
and I got a street ball one, the sham guard. Boy, that sham guard was
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I still catch people with that today.
yo.
Hey, bring it out. Oh, but it got to be Kareem Skyhook though. To me,
Yeah.
it got to be Kareem Skyhook. But it's a lot of like those moves that we named was like, yeah, those are the moves.
What's yours, Tommy?
Oh yeah, Tim Hardaway crossover was a dope one too.
Yeah.
I think I would agree. I think the first one that came to mind was the Skyhook. I think it would be
Mhm.
the number one. But I was gonna mention the Tim Duncan bench shot.
Backboard.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, almost forgot the James Harden step back. Even though we don't like it, but we can't
Eh.
negate it. I'm just saying.
That was
We can't.
part of ruining the game.
The James Harden step back is, it's undefeated, man.
That was part of ruining the game. I mean, I think the Skyhook and Tim Duncan's, those are two unguardable moves, signature moves. You cannot guard neither one of those.
I ain't gonna lie.
And I think the backboard is more effective because what does the coaches always tell you in basketball? Use the backboard. Use the backboard. Use the backboard. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole. I remember coming up playing basketball. That's the main thing the coach used to say. Use the backboard as your friend. That's that square it is for a purpose. And Tim Duncan abused the shit out that square. Unguard that in the Skyhook.
But
Is
from an
unguardable.
impact though, they did take Iverson crossover out the league because he was catching major bodies.
Yeah.
So from an impact of a move, he was catching bodies.
Yeah, that crossover
He was
was
catching
something else.
bodies. And then when he catch Mike with it, then they're like, all right, this shit gotta go. So
Right.
we can't negate his impact. But I do agree though, as far as standing the test of time, because Iverson move got banned, but the Skyhook, Tim Duncan is like, you can't do nothing about that. You can't even make a rule to ban it out the game. There's nothing you could do about that.
And that's why I like the golden era of basketball because you had the Kareem shake, even Patrick Ewing had his own little signature move. Like these guys nowadays is like, who really got like out of the new class, who got a really great signature move?
Outside of Harden with the step back?
I mean Harden, like who out of this new class, because Harden I want like out of the Anthony Edwards, the Wimbianas, you got the Shea Gilgers, those guys of the world. Like, what's their?
They don't have their own thing because they got different parts of what older guys did.
Right, but
they
that's
don't
what I'm
have
saying.
their own.
Like, right, but that's what I'm saying is like the golden era of basketball was like it was these guys had these. It was like everything of basketball to me. Like these guys now they just shoot threes all day, run up and down, shoot threes. It was crazy because one of the guys was playing, I forgot who it was, but they were saying they're teaching these kids now not to shoot mid-range. They was like, analytics show you got to either make a layup or shoot three. That's it.
Yeah.
No mid-range is being taught with these guys now.
There's no, no mid-range.
There was a chart that I saw. I don't know if it was last year, but there was a chart I saw and it was like there was like a dot for the most the spot from the most taken shots or field goal attempts, something throughout the entire league. And it was like from 2004 or 5 or something like that. It was like 20 years ago. And it was like all around the court. It was like all around the court. And then he would show like today, and it was like a bubble by the rim, and then it was like all around the 3-point line, and there was nothing in between. There was
Nothing
nothing
in
in
between.
between. It was just all threes and layups.
And
Yeah.
this is why I feel like from last year, not this year, Anthony Edwards is doing his thing this year, but last year he digressed because that breakout year, it was like he was the midi, he was midi, and he said he wanted to get away from that and focus on a 3-point shot. Which I'm like, why would you do that, bro? Like, look at Shai Gilgeous. Shai Gilgeous won MVP for shooting middies.
And Westbrook in his prime, that mid-range pull-up was unstoppable.
Unstoppable. And he was using a backboard too. Backboard.
Yo, unstoppable. Like, that's why when Westbrook don't be making shots like that, I'm like, that mid-range pull-up was like undefeated. Like, he was just, going mad quick, pull-up. I was like, it was like, you can't say he couldn't shoot because that was automatic.
KD too. KD's mid-range.
Master scorer. You can't can't stop the midi because if the player is in his motion, he's going full speed and he just pulls up, you can't stop it because you're gonna think he's going to the hole. The mid-range is one of the most lethal shots in the NBA. I don't know why these guys get away from analytics. Destroyed the game, killed the game.
It's looked at as less efficient because it's like take a couple steps back, get an extra point, or give you a higher percentage, you know, of making the shot. So it's a numbers game, but you know, like you said, it's not good for basketball. I don't think.
Nah.
But Tim Duncan, I think Tim Duncan got the best in the
Tim Duncan. Yo, Jokic now with this overhead shot would be my answer to the signature today would be Jokic's overhead.
I was playing ball earlier. I was playing ball earlier. It was a tall white dude, young kid, like kind of like in between, shoot just like Joker, cash and them shits. How shit was pissing me. Yo, it was just like I was like.
But you know what's crazy, and it's really like a science to that because I was watching this thing right. With what's his name? Jaleel Reed, the martial arts guy, the black guy, Jaleel.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
So he was doing a thing, rest in peace, Kimber Slice, and he was doing this experiment with Kimber Slice, right? He's like, okay, I'm gonna throw this punch, right? Try not, and it's gonna tie into the Jokic thing. So he's like, try to like move your hand, right? So he did it, moved it, like he was going mad fast, moved it. He's like, okay, keep it up. He did it slow. He couldn't even move the hand. It was just catching. Every time I did it again, slow, hitting it. So it's like you think that you can block Jokic's shot because it's so slow, but to that science, it's like you can't guard it, right? I don't know if it's with the mind. It's something science to it. Like Jokic shit is so slow. You would think that niggas will punch that shit all the time. You cannot get to that shot. I have not seen not one player yet block a Jokic shot. Have y'all?
No. Not when he does that.
Yeah, I have not seen. And you would think because it's so slow, you can see it coming. You could be like, oh yeah, he's about to shoot this shit. Yeah, you could get it and block it. No.
Yeah.
So when I tested that to that when Jaleel did, I was like, that's crazy. Like he was doing it mad fast. Kimber was hitting it. He did that shit slow. I mean, he was doing it. Kimber was moving. He did that shit slow. Kimber was trying to move. He couldn't move it. It was catching him all the time, slow. So I'm like, yo, that's a science to that shit, man. So yeah, shout out to Joker for doing that, man.
Joker, aka best player in the NBA.
Yeah. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I wish him a speedy recovery. We need you back, man. We need you back, man. The game misses you. And
last but not least,
the Indian wins CFWS. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this, bro. Lead that, because
that's the college world championship, man. Indiana, man. Shout out to those.
Oh, you said Indiana. Yeah. Oh, that's what threw you off. Because I'm like, Indian.
The Hoosiers, man. You remember the movie The Hoosiers?
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm following.
Hoosiers, man. Shout out to Indiana. Yo, it's crazy, man. They went undefeated, and this was the first time ever that they won a college national championship. And hold on, I'm looking at it here. It was something else that it was too.
They were the first team to go undefeated with the extra game because they added the new college football format. So I think it was 17-0 or 16-0, something like that. But
16, yep.
they were the first team to go 16-0.
Yeah,
Oh
that was
wow.
it. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was
Okay.
something else too. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Indiana, man. Indiana, like I won't say a Cinderella season because they was beating everybody,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I kind of wanted Miami to win. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of wanted, and it came down to an interception. Like Miami was
Mhm.
coming down the field, Indiana defense held up and caught that Endo at the end, into at the end. But Miami was just all those players there, with Ray Lewis, my man Michael Irvin over there,
Mhm.
all them players on the sideline. Like if Miami would have won the championship, boy, Miami would have been on fire right now,
Yeah,
yo.
Miami got like
Yo,
they all time alumni list is crazy.
it's
Warren
Just
Sapp,
crazy.
Ray
just
Lewis,
that
Michael Irvin.
2002 season or whatever it was, 2000, or
Yeah.
it might have been 2001. I forget what it was, but
Wait.
the one Miami
Sean.
season might have been
Yeah.
2001. They
Yeah.
had they had like Pro Bowlers as like on special teams. Like
Yeah.
NFL
Yeah.
Pro Bowlers were on special teams because they
Yeah.
couldn't crack the starting lineup.
Yeah. Had Sean Taylor, Ed
Mhm.
Reed, Clinton Portis. Yeah, they was stacked, yo. Like
Mhm.
they was there. They there. My shout out
I'm
to
about to
the
look at their
Hurricanes.
roster right now. The Hurricanes roster.
Was it
Damn.
2001?
I think it was
You
2001. I know
was it
they
2001 or
had
2002?
Okay.
2001?
I think it was 01. But you could
It
check
was
though, because
it was either 01 or 02.
Oh yeah, they had Ken Dorsey at the quarterback. Running back was Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore. Wide receiver they
Mhm.
had Andre Johnson. The tight end was Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah,
The
Shockey.
DBs was Ed Reed, Sean Taylor. God damn, Jonathan Vilma. Oh my,
Yeah.
that
that could have
team.
if that was an NFL team, they was
Mhm.
winning.
Yeah.
That's that's like a Madden team, bro.
Mhm.
That's a Madden team, man. But man, shout out to Indiana Hoosiers, man. Like that was big for them, man. This was the first. Wait. They said the first Big Ten championship since 1967. God damn. This was a historic run for them, man. Historic run,
Yeah.
man. Now they probably gonna make a movie out of this. This is gonna be another Indiana Hoosiers 2.0. It's gonna be this team right here. This is gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them
Yeah.
boys, man. But I really wanted Miami to win that though. I was rooting for Miami, man. I was rooting. I didn't see the whole actual game because I was doing something when I came back. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. Then I sort of hollering like, damn, they had a chance to tie it. But Indiana, obviously it was the best team throughout the whole college playoff. So shout out to them, man. But yeah, man, they won that championship. I had to give them a shout out on there, man. Shout out to all the Indiana fans, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, man. That was the topics, man.
That's it. Yes. Tommy, you got any final words? You got anything to say, man? Shout out to my man
Um,
Tommy for coming on too. Absolutely. You got
Real
Tommy.
Yeah.
quick, because I was having this debate at work. Real quick, I
Yes.
got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do
Absolutely.
you guys think that quarterback play is has gone down, or the quarterback play has gone down since, I guess we'll say, the last like 10 to 20 years, we'll say,
Going down.
gone
Quarterback
down.
play.
I think I'll let you guys answer first, and then I'll
I
tell
would
you where I
say
stand on it.
like the last of the Mohicans, right? Let's I would even throw Eli in there. Like guys
Have
like
to
the
have to throw you in.
Eli's, the Peytons, obviously the Tom Brady's. I would even throw a McNabb in there. And I'm talking
Mhm.
about in terms of like guys that understands the game, understands defenses, understands coverages, doesn't rely on their legs to ultimately bail them out. They rely on their cerebral to bail them out, right? Because Tom Brady doesn't win 7 championships because of his feet. He won
Yeah.
them because he was able to go to the line, see was and able to pick teams apart, right? So I think in terms of your question, has it went down? I would say quarterback play lost the cerebral mindset of it because I don't think quarterbacks are more so learning the game and learning how to check defenses because the offensive coordinator is always in their ears or they, what I'm saying. So it's not like they could go out there and be like, okay, I can see this blitz, or I can see maybe this DB on the edge trying to feint and go back. Let me call an audible. I don't see that a lot with these quarterbacks. They just going through the
Mhm.
motions, and whatever happens, happens. And if they get in trouble, rely on their feet, right? Like you got like Mahomes, the Jacksons, the Hurts. These guys rely on their feet to win these games. So in terms of athletic wise, I would say the quarterback position has gotten better in terms of that. But overall, in terms of learning, knowing what the defense is, picking them apart with just your cerebral and your arm, I think it digressed in that sense.
I
What
mean,
you
I agree with that. As far as into like athletically, it's like even any sport, like it's like athletically, the athletes are better, as the
Mhm.
time go on. But then it's like the IQ and like understanding the game and just thinking out the game and the science of the game and stuff. And that's why a lot of times certain people we think is going to excel when it comes to those certain moments, they don't win.
Mm,
So I agree with my brother's take on that as far as that. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment of that.
I think it's gone down a lot. I think, I think it's obviously more athletic. I think we have more running quarterbacks than we've ever had.
Hmm.
I don't think that. I guess yeah, that's the reason why is they can't understand defenses. I blame that honestly, as weird as it sounds, on the great coaching we have today, because I think a lot of these guys rely on their coaches and they
mm,
rely on the guy to drop a perfect play for them or audible because they have the coaches in their ear. But I don't think the quarterbacks are as smart. I think defenses are at its simplest it's ever been. You kind of see the same defense all game.
mm,
And, I think that the quarterbacks don't understand and they work so much on their athletic ability that they're not as in tune with actually the game of football. And I
right.
think even if you look at the numbers, right, the passing numbers are down a lot. Like if
Yep.
even if you look at the MVPs, you know what I mean? Like
Mm,
the passing numbers, the passing yards are down a lot.
mm,
And I saw a game that the Giants and Saints played in 2016 and it was 52-49. And Drew Brees had 7 touchdowns, Eli had 6 touchdowns. Like there was like 900 yards between the two of them or something like that, and it was just like you don't see that anymore. I think there's a
mm,
handful of guys that can do that. You know what I mean?
mm,
Um, I think Mahomes, Allen, Burrow can do something like that. But I
mm,
think overall the quarterback play, even with the extra game, you see the yards and the numbers. You know what I mean? I
mm.
think the quarterback play has gone down a lot over the last 10 to 20 years.
I agree. Because you look at, and I was texting my brother when Texans was playing. I was like, yo,
Oh,
CJ
CJ
Stroud.
was. Oh my god.
Oh my
He
God.
went up the
Like
Oh
deep
my.
end,
I'm
man.
looking, I don't even play football. And I'm looking at the defense. I'm like, yo, bro, you can't see that what they
Yeah.
doing? Like, bro, he was just I think it's gonna come out either he he tanked that game for some betting, or he's just that garbage. Like it
So
was. What you
so
gonna
I
say?
have some thoughts about CJ real quick because
Yes.
CJ's rookie year, right? He had one of the best rookie years we had seen, and it brought me
Yeah.
back to what Tom Brady was saying because Tom Brady, I don't know where it was. I don't know if he was on a podcast or what. He was just doing an interview or he was in the booth, but Tom Brady was saying how he always worked at football and he always tried to learn the defenses. He was always trying to be
He was
prepared.
talking about. I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
And he was saying a lot of times these guys with these big physical traits, you know what I mean? They have these incredible rookie seasons. And we say, wow, this is just his rookie season. What can this guy be? You know what I mean? What
Mm-hmm.
imagine him in year 4, 5, 6. But really that rookie year is his peak because then the defenses learn him. He doesn't learn anything else about football. He's relying on his play callers or doing whatever, and he's not learning himself.
Yep.
And I feel like that was, and CJ talked a lot after his rookie season. He said he was a top 5 quarterback after his rookie season. He was saying, a lot, and it's okay to be confident, but
Right.
you gotta back it up. And I saw
Right.
that his interview after the game, he was saying that he felt like he had to play hero ball because he's used to not having a good defense, and he like almost blamed his great defense on the fact of like him trying to do too much when like really if you did nothing at all in the game you would have won, but you were that bad that you lost. You know what I mean?
Horrible.
He was horrible. Threw 4 picks in the first half,
Horrible.
and they still in the second half had a chance to win.
Still had a chance to win. I was
Mhm.
like, yo, I'm watching this game at Bro text you. I'm like, yo, this guy
Yeah.
is trash. Like, yo,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
It was
there's
bad.
no
It was
way.
bad.
Bad. Like, even with this, even when they played Steelers, I'm like, yo, bro, if Steelers could have got at least something going, they would have won that game. But Texas defense was just so dominant. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ
Yeah.
Stroud barely. But once he played, what was it? What did Texas play? Just played. I just caught a
The
brain
Patriots?
fart. Patriots play
Yeah.
the Patriots, and Patriots put that. And it wasn't like they was doing anything dynamic because Patriots got a good defense, but they don't have a Texas D, right? So we're not they wasn't in the top 10 the defenses in the league.
Their
You know what I'm
defense
saying?
doesn't have a good pass rush too.
No.
Like they're a good defense, but they still don't get to the quarterback. So if you have more time, he should be. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. And he couldn't even do that. I'm like, yo, this guy is trash. This guy is. And one right quick, when they was doing the commentary, what's his name? The one that used to play for the Steelers, that be on ESPN now. Ryan Clark. Ryan
Okay.
Clark chewed his ass up, boy. He was like, if he doesn't come out, he was at him, and he doesn't come out, and he doesn't prove that he can do that, you got to look at another quarterback. Cause I was like, yo, he's right. And what did he came out? He came out and stunk it. CJ Stroud took 35 seats back. That's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you know what it is, man. Episode 42. We want to thank my man Tommy for coming through, man, and getting on the live
Yes,
with us
sir,
and
man.
joining this discussion, the conversations. You know, man, appreciate you, Tommy, man. All
course,
love,
man. Appreciate
You
y'all
know
having
what
me
it
on.
is. Absolutely, man. It is your boy, C.O. McLean.
It's your boy Melly Mel, man.
And,
Tommy Q24.
yes.
Follow me.
And, yo, shout out Kaminga.
Yeah.
Yo, man. It's a wrap.
Bang.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.